Good afternoon, dear students. In my previous videos, in the chapter Income and Employment, I taught you about aggregate demand and its elements, then consumption function, saving function. In consumption function, I discussed the meaning of consumption, propensity to consume, average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume. Then in the same way I discussed saving function, meaning of saving, propensity to save, average propensity to save APS, and marginal propensity to save, that is MPS. Now with those topics, today we are able to derive 8 formulas. Number 1, C stands for consumption, is equal to C bar plus AY. C bar I told yesterday, autonomous consumption. A stands for MPC. A stands for MPC and Y stands for national income. NI, national income. This is saving function minus S. Minus S stands for negative saving. Always remember, this autonomous consumption and this negative saving will always be equal. This autonomous consumption refers to the consumption at zero level of income, and whatever income will be there at zero level, same will be, or it is equal to our minus saving. Then it is B. B stands for MPS, and again Y stands for national income. Then another formula is APC is equal to C upon Y, consumption upon income. APS is equal to S upon Y, saving upon income. Then we discussed MPS, marginal propensity to consume, delta C upon delta Y, change in consumption upon change in income. Then MPS, marginal propensity to save, is equal to delta S upon delta Y, that is change in saving divided by change in income. And this is the relation between APC and APS. APC plus APS always is equal to 1. It can never be greater than 1. It can be less. Then MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. This is another relation. So these are 8 different formulas till today we are going to use in this chapter, income and employment. Now I am taking very small numericals for it. Number 1, for example, if APS is 0.6, APS is 0.6, to find out APC. So what is APC, dear? As we know, just I told in formula number 7, APS plus APS is equal to 1. Sorry, APC plus APS is equal to 1. We want to find out APC. So APC plus, what is the value of APS? 0.6. So I am putting here 0.6 is equal to 1. So APC is equal to 1. I will take 0.6 that side towards my right side. So 1 minus 0.6 is equal to 0.4 is our answer. So simple. In the same way, illustration number 2, MPS is 0.75. Find out MPS. MPC is given and we want to find out MPS. Again, formula number 8, MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. MPC is given to us 0.75. So we are putting this value 0.75. Plus MPS is not given, is equal to 1. Let us take 0.75 towards our right side. So MPS is equal to 1 minus 0.75, that is 0.25. In this way we can calculate by using formula number 7 and by formula number 8. Now another illustration number 3, we have given national income denoted by Y, 400, 500, 600 and 700. Then C, consumption during an accounting year in the country. It is 240, 320, 395 and 465. My dear, some is asking calculate MPC. and calculate MPS. Two columns we have to prepare: marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. As we know the formula for MPC, just I told here in formula number 5, MPC is equal to delta C upon delta Y. Delta C upon delta Y. It means we need consumption and income. Both are given to us. Then another things we need is MPS. Marginal propensity to save. Formula is delta S upon delta Y. Change in saving upon change in income. So here S is not given, income is not given. So first we have to find out saving. How to find out saving? As we know, my dear friends, income is equal to consumption plus saving. Always जितनी भी हमारी इनकम होती है उसका एक पार्ट खर्च हो जाता है और एक पार्ट सेव हो जाता है. तो इनकम इज इक्वल टू कंजम्पशन प्लस सेविंग. तो द सेम थिंग आई एम यूजिंग ओवर हियर. If I want to find saving, so what I will do, I will deduct consumption from income. I am deducting consumption from income, that is y minus c. So I would be able to make my which column? Saving. So this is income 400. Out of 400, 240 is consumption expense. How much is my saving? 160. 500 minus 320, 180, 205. And in the same way it is 235. I am deducting income minus consumption. 500 minus 320, 600 minus 395, 700 minus 465. Now I have to prepare which column? MPC. Delta C upon delta Y. Delta C means change in consumption. चेंज इन कंजम्पशन का मतलब पहले इनकम लेवल पे कंजम्पशन कितना था, बाद में कितना है. पहले कॉलम में डैश रहेगा क्योंकि इससे प्रीवियस हमारे पास नहीं है. अब 400 लेवल पे कंजम्पशन वाज 240 एंड नाउ इट इज इंक्रीज टू 320. हाउ मच चेंज इज देयर? 80. तो आई विल राइट ओवर हियर 80 डिवाइड बाय, आई नीड चेंज इन इनकम. Earlier income was 400, now it is 500. How much change is there? 100. So divide by 100. I think you understood. ये 80 कहाँ से आ गया? This is delta C. Delta C का मतलब होता है change in consumption. तो हमारा change in consumption कितना है? 80 है यहाँ पे. I have written over here 80. And divide by delta Y. Delta Y means change in income. तो change in income कितना हुआ हमारा? 100 हुआ आगे. 80 upon 100 it comes 0.8. In the same way for next level, change in consumption. पहले 320 है, अब 395 है. क्या हो रहा है डियर? बढ़ रहा है. कितने से? 75 अपॉन यहाँ कितने से बढ़ रहा है सर? 100 से. तो डिवाइड बाय 100 कैलकुलेटेड. In the same way here, how much it is increasing? 70 divide by again 100, write the value over here. In the same way we are in this way we are able to calculate MPC, delta C upon delta Y, delta C upon delta Y. Now we will be calculating MPS. That stands for change in saving. Sir, this is saving column. First is this. How much saving has changed now? 160, 180, 20 has changed. तो 20 upon change in income. How much change in income? 100. So divide by 100. And now write the figure over here. 21 ja 25 ja 0.2. Next step, at next level 180, 205. How much increase there? 25. Divide by 100. Find the value over here, sir. In the same way, how much saving change here? 30. Divide by change in income 100. Find the value, sir. As I told here, the formula for MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. You can check over here. MPC 0.8, MPS 0.2. So 0.8 plus 0.2 is equal to 1. Everywhere this formula will satisfy. So this is one more example how to fulfill these tables. Let us take one more example, dear friends. Here I have given national income Y 0, 20, 40, 60. I have given saving minus 12, minus 6, 0, 6. Some is asking MPC and MPS. Sir, I told formula for MPC is equal to delta C upon delta Y. अभी मैंने आपको फॉर्मूला बताया था. I can erase the topics from here. MPC, just I told delta C upon delta Y. So I need consumption. So for consumption, you see, we have given income, we have given saving, but consumption is not given. So how to calculate consumption? I told a minute back, income is equal to consumption plus saving. कंजम्पशन और सेविंग को जोड़ देंगे वो इनकम होगा. तो हमारे पास यहाँ इनकम भी है, सेविंग भी है. तो मैं क्या करूंगा, y माइनस एस इज इक्वल टू सी. इनकम में से अगर सेविंग घटा दूंगा तो मेरे पास कंजम्पशन आ जाएगा. तो हियर income minus saving, it becomes 12. 20 minus 6, it becomes 26, because I am deducting. When I will deduct, it becomes plus. 40 minus 0, 40, and 60 minus 6, it becomes 54. In this way, I am able to calculate which column I am able to prepare. C, consumption. I think you understood. Now next columns are ready to prepare, sir. Just I told in previous sum how to calculate MPC delta C. Sir, first level dash delta C change in consumption. देखिए सर, पहले 12 है अब 26 है, कितना चेंज हो गया 14. डिवाइड बाय चेंज इन इनकम, कितना चेंज इन इनकम हुआ, पहले 20 है अब 40 है, तो डिवाइड बाय 20. एट नेक्स्ट लेवल कितना चेंज हुआ 26 और ये 40 है, 14 अगेन 14 डिवाइड बाय यहाँ भी 20 है सर. इन द सेम वे हियर 40 54 14 यहाँ कितना चेंज है सर 20. इन दिस वे वी विल बी कीप ऑन कैलकुलेटिंग. आई थिंक यू अंडरस्टूड हाउ टू डू इट. इन द सेम वे यू कैन कैलकुलेट एमपीएस डेल्टा एस अपॉन डेल्टा वाई, चेंज इन सेविंग अपॉन चेंज इन इनकम. फर्स्ट इज डैश. Here now let us see how much it changing. This is minus 12, this is minus 6. कितना चेंज आएगा सर ये 6 का चेंज आएगा आपका. Divide by change in income, divide by 20. Write the figure over here. In the same way we will go for next step. Minus 6 minus 0 करेंगे तो फिर 6 का आएगा आपका. Divide by फिर 20 करेंगे. तो in this way we are able to calculate MPC, MPS, APC, APS, etc. Now this was the topic consumption function and saving function and numericals related to these topics. Here I did not teach you these two formula how to use it. These are little bit big numericals, we will do it later on. Now today in this lecture the last topic is investment function. Okay, what is the meaning of investment function? So before defining investment function, let us try to get the meaning of investment. What do you mean by investment? What is investment? Investment is the expenditure done by businessman in his business by purchasing assets. कोई भी बिजनेसमैन अपने बिजनेस में पैसा इन्वेस्ट करता है, किस फॉर्म में, एसेट्स की फॉर्म में. एसेट्स मीन्स लैंड, बिल्डिंग, प्लांट, मशीन. तो वट एवर अमाउंट आई एम इन्वेस्टिंग by purchasing assets like plant, machine, stock, etc., that becomes my investment. That's known as investment. Now related to it, my topic is investment function. So naturally my dear, investment is function of income. मैं कभी मेरे बिजनेस में इन्वेस्टमेंट कब करूंगा, इट डिपेंड्स करता है कि मुझे इनकम कितनी मिलेगी, हाउ मच इनकम आई सपोज टू गेट. As I will invest more and more. If my income increases, chances are more, I will invest more and more. जैसे जैसे मेरी इनकम के बढ़ने के चांस ज़्यादा होंगे, मेरी इन्वेस्टमेंट भी ज़्यादा होगी. तो व्हाट इज इन्वेस्टमेंट फंक्शन? इन्वेस्टमेंट फंक्शन शोज द बिहेवियर ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट, हाउ इन्वेस्टमेंट विल बिहेव, हाउ इन्वेस्टमेंट विल बिहेव इन कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग टू डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ इनकम. अलग अलग इनकम लेवल पे मेरी इन्वेस्टमेंट का बिहेवियर कैसा होगा, दैट इज नोन एज इन्वेस्टमेंट फंक्शन. इन्वेस्टमेंट फंक्शन शोज द बिहेवियर ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट इन कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग टू डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ इनकम, दैट इज नोन एज इन्वेस्टमेंट फंक्शन. We have two types of investment in the business, sir. Before those two types of investment, one more topic I have written over here: determinants of investment. What is the meaning of determinants? Determinants means what are the factors which will help us to decide investment. ऐसे कौन से दो फैक्टर हैं जो हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट को डिसाइड करेंगे we should invest money into business or not. हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बिजनेस में एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी चाहिए या नहीं करनी चाहिए. तो we have these two determinants. One is MEC, marginal efficiency of capital. I told yesterday also. What is the meaning of marginal efficiency of capital? It means when we are going to invest additional money in the business, how much return we will get on that additional investment. हम जितना एडिशनल पैसा बिजनेस में लगाना चाहेंगे उसके बदले में हमें कितना एडिशनल रिटर्न मिलेगा. दैट इज नोन एज मार्जिनल एफिशिएंसी ऑफ कैपिटल. हमारी कैपिटल की एफिशिएंसी कितनी है, हम जो एडिशनल कैपिटल बिजनेस में इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे उसकी एफिशिएंसी क्या है. एफिशिएंसी मींस वो हमें कितना रिटर्न देगी. इफ एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट विल गिव अस मोर एंड मोर रिटर्न, more and more profit, more and more income, so definitely we are going to invest more and more in the business. So first determinant to take the decision whether to do this investment into business or not, we have to calculate, we have to come to know marginal efficiency of capital. And number two, rate of interest. Rate of interest. What is the meaning of rate of interest? Rate of interest means interest on loan available in the market. If I don't have money with myself, I may take loan from the market. And if what is the rate of interest on that loan? That is known as rate of interest. So if MEC is greater than rate of interest, is greater than rate of interest, अगर marginal efficiency of capital rate of interest से ज़्यादा है तो I will invest more and more money in the business. And if MEC is less than rate of interest, I will invest less and less. Why it is so? Marginal efficiency of capital for example 15% है और मार्केट में मुझे लोन 10% इंटरेस्ट पे मिल रहा है, तो 15% प्रॉफिट मैं कमा रहा हूँ, 10% इंटरेस्ट मैं बैंकों को दे रहा हूँ, तो फिर भी मेरे पास कितना एक्स्ट्रा पैसा बच जाएगा 5%. इट मीन्स इट विल बी बेनिफिट फॉर मी टू इंक्रीज द इन्वेस्टमेंट इन द बिजनेस. So these are two factors which helps to determine whether money should be invested in business or not. Now last two small topics which are related with investment. Investments are of two types in an economy. Number one, autonomous investment. Autonomous investment. And number two, induced investment. Autonomous investment is the investment which has nothing to do with profit. Which has nothing to do with profit. It means autonomous investment is not done to earn more and more profit. Whether profit more or less doesn't matter. This investment will be done, and this investment is done by the government sector. And government never make investment to earn profit. Investment is done by the government for social development of the country, construction of road, dams, bridges, etc. That investment is known as autonomous investment. And another investment is induced investment. Induced investment is always induced by profitability. It means more the profit, more will be the investment. जितना ज़्यादा हमें इन्वेस्टमेंट करने से प्रॉफिट मिलेगा हम उतनी ही ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे. That investment is known as induced investment, and this investment is done by the private businessman. So the investment which is done by the private businessman is known as induced investment, because private businessman or businessman always do the business to earn profit. They will invest their more and more money in the businesses where profitability is more. And this investment is done by the government sector, because government has nothing to do with the profit. Money spent by the government on the social development is essential for the development of a country. So I think concept is clear, autonomous and induced. My dear friends, when you see these videos, you may find कि these words are small. आपको लगे कि ये वर्ड छोटे हैं, तो आप अपने YouTube में क्वालिटी को 440 पे करें, या तो लैपटॉप में देखें या उसको 440 क्वालिटी पे करेंगे, तो ये आपको अक्सर पूरे बड़े दिखाई देंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच.